Peace to all within the sound of this broadcast. This is your brother Allah Infinite adding on with you on this Knowledge Wisdom Day. And on this day, I want to acknowledge those who have shared their wisdom with me throughout the years and has aided in my growth and development in immense ways, helping me see things for what they are and not what they appear to be. I was just doing a knowledge to the God Darkham Random Jewels broadcast, and he mentioned something so simple, yet so profound, at least to me. He built on the science of the basic building blocks of life being the cell, and the basic building blocks of the cell being the atom. Matter and energy cannot be created or destroyed, which means we have always been here. And traveling throughout the you and I verse, the universe, we have arrived here in our own good time. And thinking back to the previous, it's important to acknowledge those who have given their lives, past and present, to the benefit of today and continuing on tomorrow. For example, the God has been teaching civilization class for over 25 years. Those who were there remember the classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays at the God Hour. The God walked me through 120 lessons in 1994, right after my physical that was educating me at the time got returned. I remember my physical dressing up as Santa Claus, not to celebrate or highlight the pagan holiday, but simply to put a smile on the babies' faces along with the rest of my family. And to me, that's a jewel that continues to keep me preserved to this day. I was just thinking on the last day, how I didn't have to, nor was I prescribed to set up a home and wait for a mystery God to bring me bread, clothing, and shelter. I just acknowledged those who were adding on and learned to do for self. And this gave me the knowledge and wisdom to preserve the best part for myself. Peace to all those past and present whose lessons continue to add on in my life today.
Go ahead, F, man. F, go ahead. Niggas be lying, talking about they all of this little lying ass niggas.
In documenting our history, I can revisit these gems and share them with you. While drawing up this video, I just received notice that my aunt had a heart attack. Thinking back to the time when I was a child and she would pull me through her first floor apartment window in the projects. The many lessons she taught me continues to live with me to this day. I'm here for her in her time of tribulation. Her older sister, which is my grand on earth, returned to the essence in 2016. Here she is in the late 90s, giving her understanding of how she saw things.
I think the younger generation moves before they start to think. I don't think that they're that bad or they're that far out. But it's a lot of things that they need to sit down and think about before they make a move. They'll make a move first and then think about it later, which is a bad thing, which is a very bad thing.
The lesson she taught continue to live in my life today. May peace be upon her forever. Peace to my old earth for all that she has done. Her lessons continue to keep me preserved to this day. Peace to her sisters and those that produce my old earth. Her old earth and her grand old earth. Their efforts continue to keep me preserved to this day. My brown seed, the God See Our God, was there from day one. Back in the 90s, during our high school days, we used to sell oils and incense to the community while teaching and going over supreme mathematics. Afterwards, we would gather our currency, get some food and equality. Back then, our grand earths were alive and would cook for us while we engaged in quoting 120 lessons and debated the science of everything in life, love, peace, and happiness. We kept each other sharp and guided each other through our obstacles. My brown seed has a physical cousin named Yakin. He was around in the early years and picked up many jewels. He acknowledged what he learned and took it abroad to Hong Kong, also known as his or her kingdom. The God even translated supreme mathematics into Cantonese. He shared this translation on video on one of his visits back to the States sometime in 2016 or 2015 sometime.
Like, I'll introduce myself right now a little bit in Chinese, if you don't mind. Yakin, meaning I am Yakin. So just like knowledge is Yak, Wisdom is Yi. Understanding sound. Culture, freedom. Say. Power, refinement. Equality, look. Guard, chat. Build. Bat. Born, Gao. So Yak, Yi, Sam, Say, look, Chat, Bat, Gao. So 1 through 9 I've learned, and I'm going to continue to add on to it because as infinite right now is like filming this, knowledge is infinite.
The God and I correspond with each other from time to time. He recently sent me a video from his or her kingdom to give us insight and perspective from that side of the world.
Peace, infinite peace to all the gods in the earth and all the positive people in the universe. It's your brother Yakin out here in his or her kingdom, Hong Kong, Toon Moon MTR. As we can see, everybody in the world is wearing face masks. Time is going so fast. I remember it was last year, Understanding Knowledge. I was in Love of Law, LA, about to fly back to Hong Kong. Around that time, former President Donald Trump, he declared that all flights to China was canceled. So I was at the Tom Bradley Airport. There's a distinction between China and Hong Kong. So I had a decision. I was loving it in LA, man. You know, the stimuli is legal, food is good. I'm into playing guitar nowadays. You know, I wanted to go back to the guitar center, hang out there. I was thinking, man, should I go back or not? Because at that time, you know, it seemed like it was like the apocalypse over here. That, like, you know, they'd just be falling by the wayside like Ebola. So I spoke to my supervisor, asked her opinion. She was like, basically like, get your ass back on that plane. We're still paying you over here. So I was like, all right, cool. Flew over. And a lot of friends and family, again, they thought everything was gonna fall apart here because growing up in the West, some of us have like this preconceived notion that we're impervious, and everywhere else in the world susceptible to things being all messed up, but actually it was the opposite case. Before I flew back, I was looking for face masks in Delaware. They had all sold out, me and my father, and we went to like 10 different spots looking for these face masks. So then when I touched down, they were ready. Since in 03, they had a ton of face masks for SARS. So I didn't have a face mask at first. I was like a pariah. You know, no one ever said anything to me, but you could feel it. You could feel the vibe, man. You step on the train or do anything, bus. They're like, yo, dude, where's your mask? G, you ain't got no mask, man. You know? So then, about a year ago, around now, I've met up with the colleague to go to Shanteen. His wife was just diagnosed with cancer, and I want to build on that a little bit because she went back to the essence on this past Saturday. So he went up there, you know, he put his faith in a lot of mystery. He bought these $1,000 statues, and he was really praying for his wife up there. So when I was heading to Shanteen, I didn't have a mask on the train, man. I was like, oh, man, damn. So when I got off, she gave me a mask. Ever since then, you know, I'm always rocking a mask. Always rocking a mask. Yeah, so time goes quick. Looks like things are getting better. They taking it super serious. They have these things called ambush lockdowns, whereas, like, let's say one project is someone has let's say 40 projects or something. It's been determined one person has it. So then the authorities, they come, lock down the area, test everybody there, just this real mass testing. And those that try to escape, they get fined or maybe even imprisoned. So it is what it is. A couple more days to the holiday. I'll be off for like, 10, 14 days. So I'm heading on in here. Yeah, there'll be more later. Peace.
Peace to all my peoples across the seas and all over the world. I can even say peace to those I don't agree with or don't agree with me. Even those who may have lost favor at one time. Now we'll all drop that jewel that I will hold forever.
Because understanding is to see. So when you knowledge somebody's wisdom, then, you know, you got to see it on your own. Can't nobody give you understanding. You got to see that for yourself. And people understand things different ways. You know what I'm saying? That's why, you know, a person understands something different from me, then I let them understand my understanding. And that's what equality. So you ain't got to see it one way. And you could be all eye seeing. That means to see the way all eyes see, not just the way you see it. That don't mean you got to agree. That just means see. Huh?
The best part. Knowledge and wisdom are like family that relate to each other in a specific way to bring about the best part, which is the understanding. And with that, I'm gonna say peace.
I like the synth, Mega. Do it again.